Shanti. Today's Avyakt Murli, the year to become full of all powers and to attain blessings. Today, the Master of all treasures is looking at his master children. He is seeing to what extent you children have become masters. The sanskars of being masters at this time make the elevated souls who are now the masters of all treasures and powers into the masters of the world in the future. So, what did Baba see? That all of you are children, and that all of you children have very deep love for just being Baba and I. All have the intoxication of being a child. But to be a master and a child means to become complete and equal to the Father. So, the Father saw a difference between the stage of being a child and the stage of being a master. To be a master means that at every step you take for yourself and others, your stage is automatically that of perfection. This is called being a master, that is, a child and a master. The speciality of being a master is that to the extent you have the intoxication of being a master, to that extent the sanskars of a world server will constantly be visible in you in an emerged form. To the extent you have the intoxication of being a master, you will simultaneously also have the intoxication of being a world server. The two will be equal. This is what it means to be a master equal to the Father. So, Baba saw the result as to whether both forms of the child and the master are constantly visible in action or only go as far as knowledge. There is a difference between knowledge and what is put into practice. Baba saw how some good children were equal to the Father in their practical actions. Even now, some children are still in their childhood stage. With the spiritual intoxication of being a master, they do sometimes become stable in a powerful stage of being equal to the Father. However, at other times, they pass their time trying to stabilize in that stage. All the children have the same elevated aim of becoming equal to the Father. The aim is powerful, but it now has to be put into thoughts, words, actions, relationships, and connections. There is a difference in this. Some children remain stable in the stage of being equal to the extent of their thoughts. Some even stay in that stage in their thoughts and words. Sometimes they even reach the level of actions. However, when they come into relationships and connections, whether it is relationships of service or even relationships with the family, that percentage reduces. To become equal to the Father means to remain in the stage equal to the Father's in your thoughts, words, action, and relationships at the same time. Some remain in this stage in 2 subjects and some in 3 subjects. But when it comes to staying in this stage in all the 4 subjects that Baba spoke of, they are sometimes one thing and sometimes another. So, Bap Dada is always extremely loving towards the children. The form of love is not just to let you meet the Avyakt form in the corporeal form, but the form of love is to make you equal. Some children think that Bap Dada is becoming free from attachment, but this is not becoming free from attachment. This is a special form of love. Bap Dada already told you earlier that there is now very little time left in terms of attainment over a long period of time. This is why for the long period of time, Bap Dada is especially giving time to warm you children up with the tapasya of determination, that is, to make you strong and mature. In fact, you all had the thought for the Golden Jubilee that you would become equal conquerors of obstacles and embodiments of solutions. All of those promises are noted by the Chitragupt form of the Father in his account book. Today as well, some children had a determined thought. To surrender means to make yourself mature with all attainments. To surrender means to become equal to the Father in all 4 thoughts, words, actions, and relationships. The letters you gave and the thoughts you had have been recorded with Bap Dada all time in the subtle region. Everyone's file is there in the subtle region. This thought of each one of you has become eternal. This year, Bap Dada is giving you the time to make every thought of yours immortal and eternal with the tapasya of determination, to have a spiritual conversation with yourself again and again with the practice of determination, to make you have realization and then act in your form of a reincarnation and make these stages permanent and strong. Along with that, you especially have to increase your account of accumulating the power of pure thoughts. There is now a great need to experience the power of pure thoughts by becoming even more introverted. With the power of pure thoughts, you can easily finish your waste thoughts, and with your good wishes and pure feelings, you can bring about transformation in others. The special experience of the power of pure thoughts will now easily finish all waste thoughts. Not just finish your waste thoughts, but with your good wishes and pure feelings, your pure thoughts can bring about transformation in others. There is now a great need to accumulate a stock of these pure thoughts for yourself. You love to hear the Murli very much. Murli means treasure. To accumulate every point of the Murli as power is to increase the power of pure thoughts. Use this at every moment as a power. You now have to pay special attention to this speciality. The more you now continue to experience the importance of pure thoughts, the more easily you will become experienced in serving through your mind. First of all, you need to accumulate the power of pure thoughts for yourself, and you then become world benefactor and world transformer souls with the Father. The huge task of transforming the world with the power of pure thoughts still remains to be done. At present, Father Brahma, having become one with an Avyakt form, is now sustaining all of you with the power of pure thoughts. He is cooperating with you for the growth of service and making you move forward. This is the special service taking place with the power of pure thoughts. So, become like Father Brahma and increase this speciality in yourselves. For you now have to practice this in the form of tapasya. Tapasya means to practice with determination. Anything ordinary would not be called tapasya, and so Baba is now giving you time for doing tapasya. Why is he giving it at this time? Because this time will be accumulated in your account of a long period of time. Bap Dada is instrumental in enabling everyone to experience attainment for a long period of time. Bap Dada wants to make all the children have a right to the fortune of the kingdom over a long period of time. So, the time for a long period of time is very short. Therefore, in order for you to practice everything in the form of tapasya, Baba is giving you this special time, because such a time is to come when all of you will have to become bestowers and bestowers of blessings and give everyone these in a short time. So Baba is giving you time to make your account of all treasures full. Another thing, you promise to become destroyers of obstacles and embodiments of solutions. So, let there be especially determined thoughts and the determination to become destroyers of obstacles for yourself and for others. Let it not just be in thoughts, but also become that practically. So this year, Bap Dada is giving an extra chance. Whoever wants to claim this special chance to become a destroyer of obstacles can take it this year. This year has a special blessing. However, in order to claim this blessing, you will have to pay special attention to two things. Firstly, be a constant bestower equal to the Father and do not have any expectation of receiving. Let it not be that you feel you will be loving when you receive regard or love, or that you will give regard when you receive regard. No, I have to be a child of the bestower and give. I must not have any expectation of receiving. Whilst performing elevated actions, I must not have any expectation of receiving anything in return. The fruit of elevated actions is elevated anyway. You have this knowledge, but do not have this thought at the time of doing. So, firstly, In order to be worthy of claiming blessings, constantly be a bestower. Secondly, be a destroyer of obstacles. So, especially pay attention to the power of accommodation. The power to accommodate is also essential for oneself. You are children of the ocean, and the speciality of an ocean is to accommodate. Only those who have the power to accommodate will be able to have good wishes and benevolent feelings. Therefore, be a bestower, be an ocean, an embodiment of the power to accommodate. Always put these two specialities into every action. Sometimes some children say that they thought they would do that, but when it came to doing it, something changed. So this year, you especially have to practice bringing about equality in all four subjects at the same time. Do you understand? So you are being given time to imbibe the sanskars of accumulating treasures and to become bestowers and bestow in a natural way. So you are being given a chance to fix your number for all time in becoming destroyers of obstacles and making others this too. No matter what happens, do tapasya yourself and cooperate in finishing the obstacles of others. No matter how much you have bowed down, this bowing down is to swing constantly in swings. People continue to rock Sri Krishna with so much love. Similarly, the Father is rocking you children in the cradle of His lap. In the future, you will swing in swings studded with jewels, and you will be worthy of worship and be swung in swings on the path of devotion. So, to bow down and to die is greatness. Why should I bow down? The other person should bow down. Do not consider yourself to be inferior in this. This bowing down is greatness. This dying is not dying, but living with eternal attainment. Therefore, constantly be a destroyer of obstacles and also make others this. Anyone who wants to claim a chance to come in the first division can do so. Bab Dada is telling you the importance of this special time for taking a chance. So do tapasya knowing the importance of this time. Thirdly, according to the time, to the extent that the atmosphere of peacelessness and upheaval is increasing, so the line of your intellect has to be very clear, because the two powers of touching and catching are very necessary. Firstly, you must be able to catch Bab Dada's directions with your intellect. If the line is not clear, then the dictates of your own mind will also be mixed with Bab Dada's directions. Then, because of them being mixed, you will be deceived at that time. The clearer your intellect is, the more clearly you will be able to catch Bab Dada's directions. The clearer the line of your intellect is, the more easily the powers for yourself, for growth in service and for being a bestower and giving to others will easily continue to increase. You will have a touching at that time. This is the accurate method for serving a particular soul and the accurate method for self-progress. So, at present, both these powers are most essential. In order to increase them, you have to become one who is economical and belongs to one. So you belong to the one Father and none other. Attachment to others is something else. Attachment is wrong anyway, but the influence of the nature of others causes upheaval in your own stage. The sanskars of others create conflict in your intellect. At that time, do you have the Father or some sanskars in your intellect? Even if the intellect is influenced by attachment or conflict, the line of the intellect must be constantly clear. To belong to the one Father and none other is to be constantly with the one. What is economy? Just saying physical wealth is not economy. That is also necessary. But time, thoughts, and powers are also wealth, and there has to be economy in all of these. Do not waste them. To be economical means to increase your account of accumulation. Those who have the sanskars of economy and economy will be able to experience both powers of touching and catching. You won't be able to experience these at the time of destruction. This practice is needed at this time. Only by having this practice will you be able to receive elevated directions and liberation at the right time. You might think that there is still some time before destruction. Okay, it might even be 10 years, but if you try to make this effort after 10 years, you won't be able to. No matter how much you try, you won't be able to make it. You will become weak, and your end will then pass by in battling, not in being successful. You are not going to become silver-aged, are you? To labor means to have a bow and arrow. To be constantly lost in love and to stay in happiness means to become a Murlidhar, to become part of the Sun dynasty. A Murli makes you dance, whereas a bow and arrow make you labor in trying to hit the target. So you must not become one with a bow and arrow, but one who has a flute. Therefore, do not complain at the end and ask for a little more extra time. Give us a chance and have mercy. This will not do. This is why Baba is telling you in advance. Whether you have come at the end or at the beginning, according to the time, it is time for everyone to reach the last stage. So, you have to move at a fast speed. Do you understand? Acha, to all the loving children everywhere, to the children seated on Baba's heart throne, to the children who show contentment, to the children who always have the personality of happiness, to those who always have broad and unlimited hearts, the ones who imbibe with unlimited and broad intellects, to the unlimited souls, Bap Dada's love filled remembrance and Namaste. Blessing. May you be a conqueror of Maya and a conqueror of the world, and transform your enemies, the five vices, and make them cooperative. A victorious person definitely transforms the form of his enemy. So, you also transform your enemies, the vices, and you make them into their cooperative form, so that they will always continue to bow down to you. Transform the vice of lust into good wishes, anger into spiritual intoxication, greed into being beyond temptation, attachment into love, and arrogance of the body into self-respect, and you will become a conqueror of Maya and a conqueror of the world. Slogan: the consciousness of mind is the alloy mixed into real gold, which reduces its value. Therefore, finish any consciousness of mind. Om Shanti.